Hello, I'm Father David Shoemaker. I'm the Associate Vocation Director for the Archdiocese of Mobile. In this video, I present two questions that are echoed in our culture and in our society. The first one is, why priesthood? There are many who would ask, why do we need priests? Why are priests important? Or why would someone even want to become a priest? The second question is also, given the fact that there are so many possibilities available to young men this day and age, why now? Why would someone now want to enter into the seminary? Why would someone want to commit their life to the church and the service of others now? These two questions, why priesthood, why now, are very important questions. So I invite you to listen to the answers.
My name is Victor Ingalls. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. I'm studying to be a priest. I'll be ordained a deacon October 6th, which is just a couple months from now. Why priesthood? Why priesthood? Because people are lonely. People are abandoned. People are hungry. They're hungry for somebody to make a sacrifice and prove to them that they're worthwhile, that there's a purpose in their life, that they're loved, that they have a place in this world. That is the priesthood, to lay down your life, to show people that they're loved, to show people that God brought them into this world for a reason, and that He desires them to enter into the fullness of His joy, the fullness of His plan for their lives. Why now? Because God may be calling you. This may be exactly what He created you to be. To lay down your life. To be the hands. To be the lips. To be the arms of Christ. For the world that so desperately is longing to be embraced by those hands, which are the truth, the way, and the life.
My name is Pat Ahrensberg. I'll be ordained a priest June 2nd, 2012, and a deacon this October 6th. So why priesthood? Well, for me, priests have always played a real special role in my life. I've had the fortune of being around a lot of good priests throughout my life, and they've always been an inspiration and a role model for me. And as a young child, even through high school and then after college, I always wanted to be like these men who would give up all they had. They would give up the opportunity of a family, they give up the opportunity of a life of their own in order to serve others, to bring Christ to others. And that always made a big impression on me. That's why I began to study for the priesthood, and as I began to study, as I grew deeper in my vocation, I really came to be comfortable with the thought of me giving up those same joys, family, life of your own, and to live for others. So that's why priesthood for me. What was the other question?
Now.
So why do we need priests now? Well, I think we need them now more than ever. I mean, there's certainly, of course, that priest shortage that everyone keeps talking about, but also you see it. I think more so there's a deeper hunger now for priests for love of Christ. We all know that this world seems to be getting a little more materialistic, or there seems to be some kind of uneasiness, uncomfortableness with the life as it is. And so now more than ever we need men of all different backgrounds, of all different ethnic groups and nations to bring Christ to them in their own way. And so I just encourage anyone out there who's thinking about being a priest to really listen to that call and take the first step and go to seminary.
My name's Chris Booton. I'm from Prattville, Alabama. We'll be entering second pre-theology at St. Joseph Seminary in Covington, Louisiana. And I guess the question is, why priesthood and why now? And the answer to me is pretty simple, because God has never stopped calling priests, and the world today is in more need than ever of truly holy men to step forward and lay down their lives for Christ. There's nothing greater than bringing Christ to his people and his people to Christ. So to make the sacraments actual, to call down the power of God on bread and wine. So we have the Eucharist to forgive sins. That's the life of a priest. That is what God is calling certain men to be, and there's nothing greater than that.
Hi, my name is Jeremiah Carter. I am a second year pre-theology seminarian here with the Archdiocese of Mobile, Alabama. And the question is, why priesthood, why now? I think in my life, I've come to learn and understand that the priesthood is something so special that it takes a lifetime to fully understand what it is. And even with priests who are living out that special call, it's still a journey. And so the priesthood is a journey that God calls you to, and it's a very special one that you have a relationship with God and you figure that out within the context of your entire life. For me right now, I believe that's what God's calling me to do. St. Meinrad is the seminary that I go to, and so far it's been a great experience going into my second year now. And the priesthood has been something that has been an interest to me for some time, but I haven't fully ever tried to experience it as much as I have right now. And it's been a very good experience, and I love to see how this will turn out and how God will continue to call me each day. The other part of the question, why now? I think the church is so open, and it has always been that way. The Catholic Church being universal, this call has been universal. It's been through the ages, from the very beginning up until now, close to 2,000 years. And so we need it in our society. The priesthood has been never more needed than it has been right now at this very moment. And to be a part of that has been a very special thing for men of this generation. We don't hear that anymore. We're absolutely countercultural, and to have men who answer that, to be countercultural in a powerful way is something very special, and I'm proud to be a part of that. And it's something that we should wear as a badge of honor, not pride in the unhealthy sense, but a special sense of pride that is based upon Christ and being a soldier for our Creator. In a world that tells us that that's not important, that money, sex, and possession is much more important than actually sacrificing yourself, this sacrificial love for God and His people.
Hello, my name is Father Alex Valadares, and I am the Director of Vocations for the Archdiocese of Mobile. And we have a question: why priesthood and why now? When I first entered the seminary, that question obviously came into my mind and heart, and I had to discern it. And why priesthood? It's a frightening reality in this modern world that we live in. We tend to all want to have something for ourselves. We want to have a life for ourselves, a wife, children, a family, a business, a home. To think of priesthood, you think of sacrificing those things. You think of not having anything for yourself, but rather giving yourself for others. This discernment is a gift of God's grace, and it's one that we must come to within our own hearts through our prayer, through our worship especially, and also through listening to the church, listening to God, and allowing God to move the heart. But why now? In this world that we live in this age, there is a very serious need for men of God to come forth, to give their lives in sacrifice, so as to continue to serve the people, to give them Christ in the Eucharist, to give them the life of the church within the sacraments, to give them the love of Jesus with their acts of charity and their abundant sacrifice. So I challenge every young man to consider this call. It has been a beautiful life for me in these 11 years that I've been a priest, and it continues to be a beautiful life because God makes it a beautiful life. And then the Lord promises that all those who serve Him, He will bring to Himself in eternity. So I hope and pray that if you are seriously watching this video, that you might consider being called to the priesthood and discerning that call within the life of the seminary. May God bless you for looking, for watching, for listening. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.